In this video, we're going to be ranking the tier list of lead sources for garage floor coating, specifically on the residential side. I have 10 different sources here, and I've talked to probably 100 to 200 contractors. I'm a contractor myself, and I've spent probably $100 to $200,000 in total across all of these platforms here in my own business. And the criteria that we're going to be ranking them based upon is return on investment, the exclusivity of the lead, the ability to live off of that lead source, as in how reliable is it, how many leads can you even generate from it, and then as well the speed to get started for that. So going right into it here for you, essentially we will start with Google Ads. Google Ads in general, insanely exclusive, very high intent, name, phone number, pretty easy, pretty reliable as well too. The speed to get started is not too bad, and the return on investment, dependent upon your area, will be very good. The only thing that holds them back somewhat is that they are S tier, but if you are starting out with Google Ads, it does take quite a bit to actually optimize to get the ads to actually run. And depending upon your location, you're going to be fighting against other people who are willing to spend way more money than you are at the very beginning because they've already optimized their Google Ads. So Google Ads is almost like a rocket, and at the very beginning, it has no direction to it. But over time, essentially as it locks in and you have conversion data, it's practically an S tier through and through for practically any kind of lead source onto there. Then we have Angie / Thumbtack / lead aggregators for people. I would say the exclusivity is not there at all because everybody else gets those leads if you're not aware of that. Everybody that gets that info, everybody gets that phone number at the same time. So depending upon your area and how active the people are, the return on investment is really up in the air. But for most people, and especially where I'm at, where I practically dominate, I call the people automatically. The only issue with these is I can never live off of them. So unfortunately, they get to the C tier. Next up, TV. I've spent thousands of dollars on TV with professional TV crews and everything like that. You will get brand awareness. You will get exclusivity if they fill out the form. I definitely could not live off of TV though for what I was utilizing it for, which is right at practically the news times is when I would really recommend TV ads. So I would say that TV ads get between a C and a D onto there. Radio, you will get exclusivity. You will get brand. You will get the return on investment is very good onto TV ads. It also builds the brand and works together with all kinds of different lead sources if you're on the right networks. The only issue is that the reliability of generating a business off of that is not as high because I've had some people that reach out to it, but it's just not, you can't just keep spinning the wheel onto that fast enough because usually it takes, for what they say, 2 to 3 months to actually get it to go. So I would put that onto the B tier above Thumbtack and Angie's and all those things, more so because of the reliability of it is a little bit higher than Angie. The exclusivity is higher on radio, and then as well the return on investment, at least from what I've seen from being on the networks that I am on, is better. Referrals, so referrals are practically like S tier automatically, but the issue is that reliability of actually generating referrals is predicated on your getting more jobs to be able to get more referrals. So it's kind of like putting the cart before the horse. So unfortunately, they are S tier because they are a laydown, the exclusivity is there, the return on investment is infinite. But the issue is that you cannot just build a business off of referrals because you will quite literally not have enough work to be able to sustain the people to be able to live off of. So they get a B tier because onto the other 3 elements, they're absolute banger, but onto the ability to live off of them, it's practically impossible. I would almost put them into C tier because of, if you try to automatically build a business off of referrals, you will die, unfortunately. I've seen it too many times. Website SEO. Website SEO is amazing for the exclusivity of it. It's very good for the return on investment, as in it doesn't really cost that much after you get it going. The ability to live off of it though, it took us about 4 years to rank as high as we wanted to for every key term we do because of the competition that we have inside of our area. So if you can wait 4 years practically for the SEO to really boom and take off, I would say that it is possible to start to live off of that. But in general, it's kind of like Google Ads. Once it's there, it's banger. It's S tier all day because the return on investment is so high onto it. The exclusivity of the leads is so good, but you honestly have to build a brand to be able to get to where that is. So, and it's like a B tier because you could definitely get Google Ads running way before you could get website SEO, especially if you're in a very populated area where everybody is already ranking for floor coatings, garage floor coatings, area name in your area. So pretty good. Would eventually be S tier, but not S tier yet. TikTok, I'm just going to put it into the D tier, unfortunately. It's probably going to get banned. I've spent money onto it. The ideal customers are not there. Everybody says it, but honestly, the people that are on TikTok are onto a different wavelength when they get onto TikTok in general. If you're selling like low ticket things, not too bad. Like if you want to sell, like the physical items, like you see people doing on the TikTok store and all those things, not too bad. But for advertising purposes, automatically, I'd never close one job from spending, I think, $1,000 to $2,000 onto it, while I was simultaneously running different advertisings on Google Ads and Facebook Ads and radio at the same time, and nowhere near the return on investment that I was looking for. So D tier, unfortunately, probably F tier when it gets if you try to build it off of that and then they ban it, that's just, you know what I mean? It's like into the future, not very easy because people want to ban it, unfortunately. Truck wrap is the same thing as kind of like Google Ads and website SEO. It is great and is automatically S tier because you'll close more jobs for it. Everything will be better, but especially at the very beginning, it isn't that beneficial because you have to be on jobs to actually be able to do it, just like referrals onto it. So automatically a B tier onto it. And then also as well for the truck wrap, you will get exclusive leads. Obviously, you will have a way higher return on investment for it. Costs like $2,000 to $3,000 to get a truck fully wrapped out, and it's an infinite ROI after that when it's completed. But again, you kind of have, it's kind of like cart before the horse to be able to do that onto there. And then Facebook/Instagram ads. I mean, as everybody knows, I've ran them forever, and I even have clients who have quite literally, they don't even have a grinder. They have never completed one job, and they already have 4 jobs booked out quite literally just from Facebook ads and a closer framework system to do it. So automatic S tier onto it, no matter who it is under the sun. I mean, you can get leads for less than $30. I know that anywhere on Angie, Thumbtack, always higher than that, and there's no exclusivity onto it. Again, Google ads would practically be an S tier as well too. It just, they take a little bit longer to get started, especially on tighter budgets, and as well dependent upon in your market. Some people will be paying like $200 to get a lead onto Google ads in general. My conversion cost is a lot lower because I have like everything optimized, and I pay to have super clean conversion data onto Google ads on top of already running the ads and already having all the data from years of running them. But you know, it takes a little bit longer. Facebook, Instagram, you can spin those up. Like I was saying, I have a guy, 4 jobs closed, doesn't even own a grinder. I mean, I find it fucking hilarious to say the least with it. And then physical location is going to be practically up there with A tier, S tier. So this is kind of like a truck wrap. Physical location though will allow you to put that onto your Google My Business, and it'll also have an area where you can put all and store all of your materials. And as well, if you can put, you know, signage out there and you're in an actual great location, then it could be practically S tier from that. But obviously, getting into a lease when you're starting out or just getting started on your first year, that's a little hectic to be able to also front the money onto that while you're trying to maintain jobs and everything. So if you're already an established business, physical location in an awesome area is like S tier in general, because as well, while you're doing your estimates and things of that nature, or picking up the phone, you can say, hey, we have a physical location here. People will be way more trustworthy of people that have the physical location. But if you are getting started, I would put it at A tier. But in general, I would say as well that it is S tier onto there. So this is the whole entire layout here for you. Facebook/Instagram ads, S tier. Physical location when you're actually established, S tier. Google ads in the very beginning, A tier. At the very, you know, once you've capitalized onto them, you have the conversion data, S tier. Radio, B/A tier, dependent upon the right market that you can get into them. Referrals, definitely S tier, but you can't build a business off of them. Website/SEO, definitely S tier, but again, when you're starting out, independent upon how dense your area is, it's not exactly an S tier automatically. Truck wrap, just the same thing, S tier all the way, but if you don't have the brand, you don't have the, you know, reviews, all the everything onto that, then it's kind of just like, just spend it on, honestly, Facebook/Instagram ads with anybody that you're doing it with, and it will be way more dominant. Angie/Thumbtack, I mean, this is honestly, the sad part about it from like all the calls that I do is almost everybody is using Angie and Thumbtack or other lead aggregators where they're selling the leads to everybody else at the same time. We use them, but it's like, I can't build a business off of that. And as well, like the frequency of leads that come through is not high enough. And as well, whenever they fill out their information, everybody gets that phone number at the same time. So you have like this company calling, this company calling, this company calling, this company calling. So your return on investment is automatically not going to be as good. Unfortunately, because the people who are looking for the services, what they're going to be like is, wow, there's so many people that do this. Wow, we can really price shop and all these kinds of things and then get these people down as low as possible, because quite literally, everybody's getting brought to them at the same time. TV, C tier, I would almost put it into D tier, honestly. Now that I think about it more, my return on investment through spending over $6,000 across months onto TV, with the frequency, with already the built-up brand and everything like that, the type of people, unfortunately, that watch TV are just not it, as well as the people who are constantly consuming TikTok, just not the right demographic, in my opinion, for what you'd be looking for. So, essentially, this is all it. If you find value into this, be sure to like and subscribe onto the video, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.